Hello guys, welcome back to Custom Gamer. Today we're having a look at Guild Wars 2. I suppose you weren't expecting this. It's a bit of a departure from what the channel normally hosts, but ArenaNet had a little stress test on their Guild Wars 2 servers yesterday, the 14th. So I grabbed about 3 hours of footage from various class combinations. And this is the first one I'm going to look at today, the Human Guardian. So off we go.
Got them off balance.
Okay, so this is about 5 minutes into the game after completing my character in the character creation, and the game does start off with quite a big bang. You've got this big fort that you come into after killing some centaurs in the village, and you have to defend it from waves of enemies. And these waves will actually be bigger or smaller depending on how many players are in the area. It kind of dynamically scales, so there's always enough challenge for everyone in the area. Now there's quite a few people here, as obviously the servers have only just opened, so there's a massive flood of players coming in. So we've got some fairly large waves of centaurs coming in.
Report any suspicious activity. We must all
Enough of this. Take down the
And here's the main guy. He's just going to show us all a thing or two.
You think you can defeat me?
Right, so we've got to go and take him down now, obviously.
What is that? It's huge!
That, soldier, is a threat. We're going to take it down. Forward!
Yeah, so I wasn't expecting to see this 5-10 minutes into the game. So it's really nice that it starts you off with this big kind of epic encounter. There's too many other MMOs where, you know, you have to spend 50 hours playing just to get to the good stuff. So I was really impressed seeing this straight away. So you notice you can target different parts of it, like I'm targeting the hand here. There's another hand you can target on the other side as well. The only problem I can see with this boss at the moment is that that happens a lot. You tend to just die. And I don't even know what killed me there. This guy just appeared next to me and I died instantly. It's a bit of a problem that needs fixing. You really want to signpost kind of one-shot attacks like that a lot better. But aside from that, I really enjoyed this first fight. It's a suitable intro to the game. It's really nice seeing the amount of player cooperation that happens without the need for a group or any kind of communication. If someone goes down, you get an icon over their head and you can go over and help them. Any person can resurrect other players. They don't need to be a priest or anything like that. And there is no priest class in this game, so...
Not dead yet! Brace yourselves.
So yeah, if you're having too much trouble trying to take the boss down, you can just run around and resurrect people when they get knocked down. And you'll still get full credit for the encounter like that. So here we are. This is just after killing that boss, and we're just released into the world. And so I'm just going to have a walk around, explore a bit, see what I can find. And I noticed these crop sprayers here, and they seem to be shooting poison out of them, which I thought was a bit odd. So I came up to have a look, and lo and behold, there's all kinds of slime and horrible poisonous things going on here. And as we came into the area, we got a new event in the top corner there. Looks like I got here just a little bit too late. It's already done, so it's just counting down to the next phase of this event. And this is how the open world works in Guild Wars 2. There's no quests per se. If you've played other MMOs, we'll just use World of Warcraft as an example because it's the easiest to... I'm sure everyone's at least seen World of Warcraft at some point or another. But you know, you pick up a quest from an NPC, you go and do that quest, and then you hand it back into them. And that's how the open world questing works. In this game there are no quests. You're just encouraged to explore the environment, and you'll just find things happening. And you can take part if you want to. If not, you can just ignore it and carry on, find something else to do. These dynamic events will chain together. So for instance, right now we've just cleaned up the poison from this field, and in a minute, once this dynamic event finishes, new events will kick off because we did that. So for instance, worms will start appearing in this field now that it's not covered in poison.
Thanks to you.
And you have to kind of kill these worms, and that's another event that started. You need to protect the crops from the worms. And there are bandits which attack as well. Bandits don't seem to be attacking while this poison's up. In fact, they may even have caused this poison to appear in the first place. I don't know, I kind of missed that event. But you'll see here, it's spraying water again now, and now the worms have come back and the bandits are back again as well. And there are new events kicking off in just a moment to kill bandits, kill worms. So events kind of, you know, they have this big chain that you can go through, and they'll kind of progress from one side to the other. If you fail this event, things will get worse, and I imagine the poison will spread, and you know, all kinds of horrible things will happen there. And because we achieved that event, the bandits have been pushed back. You know, the field has been healed, and we can carry on and do something else. Okay, so this is about 20 minutes later. I've been exploring around a little bit more, and I found this this woman with a heart above her head. And these are the most close to a quest I think you'll find in Guild Wars 2. They're called Renown hearts, and they're kind of scattered all over the levels, zones should I say. And you can see them on the map when you zoom out. And it's kind of to give a little bit of direction to players that aren't used to just exploring freely in MMOs. You know, like I mentioned before, in traditional MMOs, you kind of get led by the hand by quests all over the zone. You just kind of do them in order. In Guild Wars 2, that's not the case, and that can be a bit jarring for some people. So these Renown hearts kind of give direction to players. And each Renown heart has multiple objectives. In this one, we're in an orchard. And there we've got to clear out these spider eggs and kill the spiders that appear as well. Now you can see here I've got a scepter equipped and a focus. The scepter is in my main hand and the focus is in my off hand. And the choice of weapon that you wield actually affects your skills in the bar at the bottom. So because I'm wielding two different types of weapons, the first three skills are my scepter skills, and the last two skills are focus skills. And when you equip different weapons, these 5 skills on the front of your bar change completely depending on what weapon you have equipped. So if I had a two-handed weapon equipped, you would get 5 skills for that one weapon. The one-handed weapons have 3 skills, and then the offhand has 2 skills like I mentioned before. This is really nice because it gives you multiple different gameplay styles on one character class without having to respec your abilities every time you get bored of that. And there are multiple different weapon types for each class as well. It's not just 1 or 2, there's like 7 or 8 different types of weapons.
Nice to see you.
So you can see here we've completed the Renown heart and it's turned gold. And then that guy started a dynamic event where he wanted us to collect apples for him. So we're going to go and do that now. As you can see, we've got the progress bar on the side. So we can now attack these trees to get apples from them. Some of the trees still have spiders that drop out of them. I think this one drops a spider out. Yeah, here we go. So we have to take them out.
My leg!
So a lot of the weapon skills are kind of tied to certain playstyles. So the scepter is a kind of medium range, kind of ranged attack option. So the first skill is just a basic attack that shoots a ball of light, like so. The second skill drops a kind of an area effect thing down that damages all enemies inside it. And the third attack will root an enemy in place. So that's to kind of help you stay at range. And then the focus skills, I haven't actually unlocked them yet. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a torch I'm wielding now, my bad. So the first torch skill lets you shoot flame out of your mouth, which is pretty awesome. And the number 5 skill you actually set yourself on fire, which doesn't actually cause any damage to you, but sets everything around you on fire when you touch them, which is pretty fun. So yeah, as you can see, this guy turns into a merchant when you complete that dynamic event, and you can buy some rewards off him.
Hello there.
This apple pie here actually increases your vitality for a while, so that's cool. Alright, so here we are by the Divinity Dam. This place looked rather cool, so I decided to come down here and have a look to see if there's anything going on. Turns out there is. So there are all kinds of leaks in the dam and all kinds of things like this, kind of rock elementals trying to sabotage it, so we're going to put an end to that, I think. There you can see I'm using that stun ability to hold him in place so he can't come and get me. And these circles on the ground you're seeing every so often, the white circles and the red circles, the white circles are friendly effects and the red circles are kind of enemy effects. So get out of the red circles and stay in the white circles basically. So you can see here we've got another Renown heart. We can plug leaks in the dam or kill the rock elementals to progress it along. And in a moment or two here there's also a new dynamic event that kicks off as well, where harpies start attacking the dam and we have to deal with that also. You can't really see it very well in this clip. Behind the dam here, up in the skyline, is Divinity's Reach, the human city in Guild Wars 2, and it's absolutely huge. I'll splice in some footage of me running past it a bit later on, and you see just how absolutely gargantuan it is. The sense of scale is fantastic, and I think this view of Divinity's Reach from this area kind of really exemplifies that. It's quite fantastic to look at. So here are the harpies I was talking about. You can see the new dynamic event. We have to reduce their morale, which is a clever way of saying kill them. I suppose reducing morale is a better way of saying kill 10 of these. It's good that they're trying to disguise the basic quests in a more kind of interesting way rather than just kill 10 harpies. It's reduce their morale. You'll notice I just unlocked the number 4 skill on my bar for my torch, so we're going to start setting some shit on fire now. This 4 skill is amazing. I think I use it in a minute. There you go. That harpy had a very bad day. And I love the visual aesthetic of the Guardian, lots of blue fire and kind of cleansing flames and all this kind of thing. I played a paladin in World of Warcraft for the longest time, and
kill those harpies before they wreck the dam.
This is about as close as you're going to get to a paladin in this game, I think. Kind of the same general idea, kind of holy warrior. It's a lot more involved with the Guardian class. You've got a lot more choice about what you do. It's more of a kind of tanky and control class rather than the paladin in WoW. I'm not really using the right weapon set to demonstrate it, but there's some weapon sets you can kind of put barriers that enemies can't cross, and you can create walls on the floor which enemies can't cross. So it's a lot of kind of zoning and control spells with the Guardian. As well as like damage reduction and healing and things like that as well. Really interesting class. Alright, so we're nearly done. breaking these harpies' morale. So it actually got into a bit of a damaging fight there. Melee in this game is certainly much harder than ranged. It's kind of an issue I think ArenaNet need to look at. Because in melee you just lose your health so fast, whereas at range you can just stand there blasting away with much smaller regard to your surroundings. It's fairly ridiculous at the moment actually. So you can see when you open your hero panel, there's all the weapons you've got, and you can swap between them this way. And once you reach level 10, I want to say, you can actually swap between weapons actually in combat as well. So here's that clip of Divinity's reach I was talking about. It's absolutely massive.
Don't enter the garrison until you've trained some more.
There's one thing ArenaNet really got right with that game. It's the sense of scale in the environments. It's quite fantastic.
Welcome.
So here we are, exploring around a bit more.
Hello there.
And turns out the bandits are trying to poison the water again, and they've got quite far in their plans. So we've got to kill some more oozes here and collect their remains to give to the guide to create an antidote. You'll notice here I've found myself a great sword, which is a two-handed sword. So I've got all new skills along the bottom of my bar. The second skill that I've got unlocked now creates a symbol on the ground which gives you bonuses.
Okay.
Which is quite nice. You see the 3 skill that I've just unlocked there is a kind of big AoE spin attack, which sends like beams of light in all kinds of directions, which is really fun to use. So I suppose I should talk quickly about the other side of the hotbar. So you see I've got a number 6 skill there. The number 6 is a heal spell, which every single class has. There are lots of different heals available for each class, with their own different flavours and effects and things like that. You can choose which one you want to use, but it always has to be in the 6 slot, so you can only have one at a time. And then the 7 to 9 slots are utility skills, which you can unlock with skill points, which you earn by levelling up and completing skill challenges, which are hidden around the world. And you can slot 3 utility skills of your choice once you've unlocked them. You can have any 3 there, and then the number 0 skill is your elite skill or ultimate skill, which is a fairly overpowered ability usually, but it's really good fun to use. And the way the character builds work in this game, it's almost like a MOBA. You know, games like Dota, League of Legends, things like that. It follows a fairly similar idea in Guild Wars, the fact that you build a character and you know your character has a couple of abilities. It's like I think in Dota and League of Legends your character has like, is it 5 abilities and an ultimate, or 4 abilities and an ultimate? But they're all really specialised abilities which kind of define the class. So it's similar here in Guild Wars. You know, your weapon skills define your first 5 abilities, then your utility skills and your ultimate are kind of formed by the player's own choice. So I think it's an interesting way to attack things. You can see here this footage, I noticed I hadn't quite finished off a Renown heart earlier in the zone, so I came back to finish it. So I've got to water some crops and kill some worms. And we'll just skip ahead to the next part because it gets pretty awesome. So I complete the Renown heart and suddenly this king worm pops up. So we're going to kick its ass. This is meant to be like level 2 or 3, I'm like level 5 or 6 now, so it's a little bit easy. You can see, you notice that you can dodge attacks, which is the other main thing in combat that I haven't really talked about yet. When you dodge, you're temporarily invulnerable to attacks. But when you dodge, it uses your endurance, so you can dodge twice in a row before it has to recharge, and you have to wait a while. Or if you dodge once, then it uses half your bar. And if you dodge twice, it uses up your whole bar, then you have to wait for it to recharge. So it's kind of a very tactical way to avoid damage. You have to know when to dodge or when to use abilities, and that adds a lot of depth to the gameplay. So, this was Guild Wars 2 Human Starting Zone, and we were playing a Guardian. I will bring another video or 2 to you, probably during the week or next week. Enjoy guys, and I will see you next time.